Bitcoin is falling down below massive support after we got this FOMC meeting 2 days ago. The interest rate probabilities have shifted a lot, and because of this, well, the stock market has been correcting a lot towards the downside and Bitcoin has been crashing as well. So we are going to need to be talking about this exactly. We have seen a huge amount of spot Bitcoin ETF outflows yesterday. So guys, can we once again push up the likes? Back above the 300 likes, this update video will be truly a very important one. And without any further ado, let's right away jump into what's at short term. And yes, at the first sight, this is definitely looking bad for Bitcoin. Bitcoin is falling down below a massive level of support. We've been failing to hold this level and just been falling right through. Definitely not looking good. Now, why is this happening? This is happening because the stock market is also seeing this correction towards the downside. And why? Well, because the probabilities for the interest rate cuts have shifted a lot. It's going to be way more likely we're going to be staying sticky with the interest rates over here. It's not going to be changing a lot. Previously, it was to be expected that the interest rates were going to be getting cut by a lot. But right now, that's not going to be the case anymore after the FOMC meeting we got 2 days ago. So yes, this is definitely not going to be a good thing for the markets. And yes, this is going to be a big deal for the markets because usually what the Fed tends to do has a huge impact on the market. For example, the last cycle top was massively caused because of the Fed, because they were changing their monetary policy. And also, for example, after they started to cut the interest rates, well, also the stock market saw an insane push towards the upside once again. So yeah, monetary policy changes for the Fed has a massive amount of impact on the market, and right now they are shifting a little bit. So yeah, it is to be expected that markets are going to be correcting in that imminent short term because of what is being said. Now yes, even though this is not going to be a good thing for the market, well, if I'm just going to be having a look into the Bitcoin price and the Bitcoin price only, if I'm going to be having a look into the charts and the metrics, well, if I'm going to be having a look into that, I think that this is all just going to be a massive Bitcoin trap. Because if I'm going to be, for example, having a look into the Bitcoin funding rates right now, the Bitcoin funding rates are literally trading at such a low level. Bitcoin is trading inside of a raging bull market, and usually whenever this happens, Bitcoin funding rates tend to get higher again. The market tends to get a little bit overheated, but right now that is not at all the case. The Bitcoin funding rates are still trading very low. They're trading below the neutral level, so majority of the Bitcoin market is literally trying to short right now. Majority of the liquidity is being built up on the top side, so I do not know how to explain this, but this is so bullish because the Bitcoin market always tends to move towards a place where the majority of the liquidity is sitting at. Right now, even we're trading inside of a bull market, so it's just going to be very likely, in my opinion, that we are just going to be seeing another move towards the upside getting initiated. So I think right now it's going to be a very good opportunity in the market. Yes, it all depends on the stock market. If the stock market is just going to be correcting even more towards the downside after this monetary policy change, that ever so slight one, right, that we got in the market. Well, if this is going to be correcting even further towards the downside, of course, it is going to be expected that Bitcoin is just going to be following. But if we're just purely having a look into what's Bitcoin right now, it's going to be very likely that we're just going to be seeing a big bounce and once again continuation towards the upside. The Bitcoin funding rates are looking very good. The Bitcoin liquidity is looking very good. Also, if we're going to be having a look into this level, well, Bitcoin is right now trading at a massive level of support still. Now, you might be arguing that Bitcoin has already lost this level of support and we are falling down below right now, or that we're still holding it. But I do think that as long as Bitcoin is going to be holding above this level of support over here, then we're still going to be completely fine. If we're going to be falling down below this level over here, then definitely we need to be having a look into the lower levels. Then I want to be having a look into this level over here, the 94.2k level. After that, I want to be having a look into the 91.6k level, and after that even lower towards the 87.1k level. So yeah, these are going to be the levels I want to be watching, and these are going to be the levels where I want to be buying, because do keep in mind, we are still trading inside of a raging bull market. We're not really getting any signals of a bull market top just yet. So I do still think that Bitcoin is poised to be headed even higher. Yes, we were very close towards reaching that 110k level. And yeah, it really depends, because you can also just redraw this Fibonacci level a little bit different. And in this case, of course, we are already touching this Fibonacci level of resistance. But I just think that that 110k level is going to be the level to be watching. We didn't hit it just quite yet. We were only of about $1,000 off. So yeah, we were very close. Maybe people are front running this level of resistance right now. But anyway, still, I do think that this Bitcoin history is right now repeating. I do think that we are in the same scenario like we did over here. And right now we are just seeing a huge shakeout in the market, a huge liquidation event. I do think we're at the same exact scenario, just upward sloping consolidation right now at this moment, still waiting for a break towards the upside. Let's see, whenever Bitcoin is going to be breaking above this level of resistance, then I think we're going to be creating our huge leg towards the upside. So let's see what is going to be happening next. Let's see if we can still be holding this level of support. If I'm just going to be having a look purely in towards the Bitcoin market, I do think it's going to be very likely we are just going to be seeing another bounce, and I think that this is just going to be a massive trap. Anyways, guys, if you're going to be getting interested in trading right now, if you want to be buying up the dip right now, which I think is going to be a very good opportunity. Also, if you think the markets are going to be headed even more towards the downside, you can also be shorting Bitcoin over here. Well, make sure to be checking out that first link down below, because with that first link down below, you can be claiming some insane deposit bonuses. And the best thing is, with that link down below over on Blofin, you do not need any KYCs to start trading Bitcoin and altcoins. So make sure to be checking it out. With that first link down below, sign up a new account over on Blofin right now. No KYC is going to be required. Of course, do keep in mind, do check if it's going to be legal in your country. But anyways, having a look into the altcoin season, well, the Bitcoin dominance is once again starting to increase massively again after this dump towards the downside. Well, altcoins are bleeding like crazy. All of the dominance is starting to flow back in towards the Bitcoin. Quite bad in my opinion in the market. We are breaking back above this level of resistance, previous support right now turning in towards resistance, breaking back above it. So right now it is getting support again. I mean, altcoin season should, historically speaking, be starting any moment right now in the market. Let's see when Ethereum is going to be bouncing towards the upside over here. I do think we're still in this consolidation phase right now at this current moment. So after this consolidation, then the full-on alt season will be starting. Let's see when the altcoins are going to be bouncing. I do think that every single cycle is going to be repeating once again. And this cycle is going to be no different. This cycle, we're still going to be seeing another altcoin season. We haven't really been seeing this altcoin season just yet. I do still think it's going to be inevitable and imminent. I just think that the history is going to be repeating over here. Anyways, guys, with that being said, make sure to be following me over on Twitter to stay up to date about every single market development. And guys, I'll see you in another update video tomorrow morning.